How are you all? I hope you're doing fine. And today we are starting 8th class new chapter, which is all about how teachers learn. It's not all about that only students learn, but in the process of teaching the students, even teachers learn. So this chapter is all about that, wherein there is a young girl and she's named as Nora. And Nora is a very bright and a brilliant girl who is in her age of around 5. Is very hopeful in learning new things. So we see that as the author, he visits his friend's place over the weekend, and we say that basically what we read about the chapter, that this narrator is basically a teacher himself, and while he goes to his friend's place, he sees a little girl, Nora, who's a very cute girl around the age of 5 and wants to learn. So she gets her book, comes to the author, and she wants the author to listen to how she's reading. But when while she's reading, she stops a bit, and we see that in the pages she's reading a certain word. In the next page, she's not able to read that word again. So what is coming in your mind? That when we start actually from our childhood to the books of A, B, C, if you remember, children, that with A we always had an apple so that the child could recognize A for apple, and in B we always had a ball so that the child could recognize B for ball. So actually the teacher wants to tell you, convey you that immediately we cannot expect a child to be an Einstein. First he has to actually get to accustomed, familiar with certain words, and there is a process called learning. We can't expect a 5-year-old girl to learn as I am learning, or a 11-year-old is learning. So we have to give them time to get familiar with a new word and then form a sentence. So while she used to read and skip certain words, the author used to be quiet and actually see that how she is learning. He says in the chapter that although Nora is a brilliant girl, but I could see that she is skipping certain words, or she is not pronouncing them well. Why? Because she is not familiar with those words, and she is actually in the learning process. We as teachers should give a child some time to get used to a certain subject, a certain word, a certain sentence, and they would eventually come up to that level. We cannot expect a child to be as intelligent or as good intelligent. They can be more than us, as good as in reading as we are, if we are just teaching them. So that is what teachers have to learn, that the student will learn from their own capacity. We have to give them time, and we have to understand, we have to see from their perspective that how they will learn, and we have to give them a lot of time for the same. So author talks about himself also, that while he was a child, almost, he actually read certain manuscripts of Hindi language, and he was not able to read them because he was not used to that language. Same happens with kids. We cannot expect them to read and properly on one page and the next page. Usually we as teachers say, okay, why did you read and here, and on the next page you're not able to read and? We have to understand that that girl is a 5-year-old girl. She's still joining the words. Maybe A and D and is a difficult word for her, and she's not able to repeat it on the next chapter. So that is basically, a poet is seeing from a different perspective, from the child's perspective. That is actually what this chapter is trying to tell you, that we don't have to be a teacher, we don't always have to teach. In the process of teaching, we have to eventually learn. From every child's perspective is different, ability is different, capability is different, and we have to grasp it. And we should know our child. Know our child means know his ability to read, to grasp, to actually deliver. So we have to act accordingly. And then we also talk about that there are homes. There are homes from where the children come, and parents are not literate, they are illiterate. So we have to help them more in this. And then we talk about the character sketch of Nora. She is always willing to learn. She is very caring, and she is open for a feedback, because when she stops, she looks at the author, that she knows that the author will correct. So when we all as students should remember, you all as students should remember that you should be willing to learn, you should be very caring, and you should be open for a feedback. If a teacher tells you to improve on certain point, you have to improve and try to, take the help of a teacher and improve yourself further. You should be caring, because if we are not caring towards each other, if you're not kind, you're not able to learn. And then we talk about the theme is that it talks about new things that teachers learn while teaching the children. And teachers are supposed to be very calm, very patient while they are teaching, and they have to discuss the ideas with the teachers, attend to workshops, and understand the psyche of a child. That maybe a teacher is better in certain thing, wherein sometimes a student is better than you in something. You should be have an open broad mind to learn from the student as well. Sometimes they'll get up and tell you something which is better than you, in a way that is better than you. You should be open to learn from a child, because they are new generations. They are actually much more intelligent than you. Sometimes you should not get belittled if a child is teaching you something. Even a teacher should have that open mindedness and broad mindedness to accept. And then we also see that this thing highlights about that life is a learning process. Lifelong we have to learn, and even students can contribute and teach the teachers, and teachers should not feel offended. So it's like a two-way process wherein we teach and we learn. Thank you so much.